Hey guys, welcome back to World of Tanks with Hachiman. Here I'm doing a replay review of a tank that almost the whole community hates, the American Tier 4 Medium M3 Lee. Now, everyone says the M3 Lee is a terrible tank, it's an awful tank, it's no good, it's crap, it's garbage, blah 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 blah. And the truth is, they just don't understand it. Now, I'm going to pause this real quick. The M3 Lee, I'm not going to do a garage review of this guy. I'm just going to give you a good gameplay review. The M3 Lee was an extremely important tank in World War II. The Americans, we hadn't entered the war yet, but we had officially, on some level, ended neutrality through the Lend-Lease program. We were selling tanks to the British and to some extent the Soviets. And the M3 Lee was one of these tanks. It was under called the Lend-Lease program. They were buying these tanks for 10% of cost. And when Montgomery was fighting the Germans in Africa, he needed tanks. And the British ordered something like 4,000 medium tanks from us. And this was the quickest thing we could come up with because what we had at the time was the M2 medium. Very weak armor. Okay, overall, I think it's 50 millimeters on the front, 38 on the sides, and you've got that blaring weak spot right there, that big rounded lower portion of the hull, which anything under the sun's going to go through. You got a turret up top. Technically, this tank is not the M3 Lee. It's actually the M3 Grant, which replaced that turret on the top there. Had multiple machine guns in it, and they took a couple of them out and put in a smaller anti-tank gun. 37 millimeter, I believe. But anyway, neither here nor there. To the game. What I want to show you here is how to play the M3 Lee. People hate it because they don't understand it. Every tank in the game has a purpose, and if you don't play to the purpose of that tank, you're going to say the tank sucks every time. The M3 Lee, of course, has no turret. It has its main gun, a 75 millimeter, which is reasonable. Has about a 30-degree arc of fire. And here we've got a tomato, sorry for that term, M3 Lee banging into me, and this is not the first time or the last time he will peeve me off this game. But you have to play this tank like a turretless tank destroyer. Maybe a little more speed than some of the turretless tank destroyers out there, and there's the Lee again, banging into me. Alright, the game's being capped, but nothing to worry about this early. And he bangs into me again. At this point, I'm sure he's trolling me, but I'm just doing my best to ignore him. I do send him a little bit of a message there that was kind of rude, because at the time he really was getting my hackles up. Alright, we got targets in the city. Notice I'm not advancing beyond this point, because if I do, whatever scout they have on the road... Oh, take that back. I am advancing a little bit, because I thought we had been spotted for some reason, and the artillery shell confirms it, so I move up behind the next rock. I know I can't hit any of these guys, but I'm taking a peek after them anyway. Back up a little bit. Again, sneaky suspicion I've been spotted. I want a big rock between me and those guys down there. And there we go. Trying to feather a shot at the Fury. This is a hard one at best. I know that shot had nowhere near hit. Real quick, the M3 Lee 75mm is not a bad gun. You just have to know where to shoot the enemy tank. Like most medium tank guns, it does not have the best penetration. It does not have the best accuracy. However, like most American 3-inch guns, it's got pretty good rate of fire. I'm spying that BDRG-1B. I'm backed up the hill a little bit, so I've got a gun elevation issue. There we go. Yep, see, not even close. Right into the lower plate. Bounced. Shot. That second shot bounced because it rainbowed too much and was already heading downward when it hit the lower plate. So that just increased that angle to an almost infinite level. Penned him again. That shot did the same thing. I switched targets to that Easy 8 because he's much more penetrable for me. Very well aimed shot there, if I do say so myself. And look at this rate of fire. There's nothing wrong with this. I've already done 569 damage with a tank with 310 hit points. More than that, actually. I killed a tier 5 heavy tank right there. XVM just didn't record it. So we're up 7-3, and this Chaffee's messing up my aiming. Yeah. I had a limited window of fire on that EZ8 and the Chaffee banging into me. I gotta tell you guys, that annoys me more than probably anything in the world. Alright, EZ8's down. I don't know why the Chaffee doesn't just go around me if he's in such a hurry. Oh, Toaster. Toaster. Good hit. Another good hit. Not going to get the kill because I had to rotate. I lost my... he moved out of my field of fire there, so I had to unlock and rotate in order to get another shot at him. I'll auto lock on a tank like that because he has no armor, and it doesn't matter where I hit him; it's going to go through. So, and by locking on, I lock on to center of mass, and the shot's going to go in. Period. So now it's a race to see who can get some damage in here. Tier 5 artillery. Huh. Whoops. You see that accuracy there. Alright, Chaffee kills him. There's an S-40. Arguably the best tank the French had in the war. A little bit of lag there on the reticle. I was right on him, and it was kind of a snapshot. I was turning and shooting at the same time. And then that's it. Not everything's recorded, but I killed a tier 5 heavy tank and a tier 4 tank destroyer, and I'm not taking all the credit for this, but the point is, in 310 hit point tank that everyone says is a piece of garbage, by staying back, staying within the strengths of the tank, not being out there on the front line, because you can't afford to be, a light tank, an M3 Stuart, flanks you and you're done. Okay? But staying back, taking long-range shots, 300 plus meters, providing support, I did over 1,000 damage, killed 2 tanks, one of which was higher tier, and a heavy tank. This was a first-class performance. Very easy to get first-class and even mastery badge, ace tank or mastery badges in this tank, because people don't like to play it. They get in the Lee, and they YOLO right out there, get themselves killed, and then hope their team wins so that they get some experience, so that they can get to the M4 Sherman. Anyway, I hope you liked the commentary on this replay. I hope it gave you some ideas as to what the M3 Lee is actually capable of if it's played properly, even in a Tier 6 game. And please, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe for more. Thank you so much, guys.